Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back, and today we're going to be working on the winter journal, seeing how far I can get. Stuffing the pockets. The pockets are all glued in from last week, and I just want to see how many journal cards and tags I've got to put in. I've made a master board, so hopefully we'll have enough to get this pretty much on its way. But the first thing I need to do, I've got a couple of things I need to work on first in the way of side tucks or built-in type pockety things. So I will just go straight to do those first because they'll be easier to work on now before I've got too much in there. So it was where I put in the blue straw paper, and they just needed a bit of finishing off. So it's on this side I've got a side tuck, and I don't know if you remember, I tried to do the thumb notch and made a right mess of it. So I've had another go with a piece of card tucked in, which is what I should have done in the first place, and that's come out a lot better. So I found this piece of, well, it's a scrap of scrapbook paper that I had. This is what I've got left. So I cut that piece out to fit over here, just to make it look more finished, and I think it goes really nicely with this paper here, the William Morris paper. The colours go really well together. So I want to put this on first. I think I put it on with, it's quite thin scrapbook paper, it's quite flimsy, but it's only for decorative purposes, so it didn't need to be particularly thick. So, and I just thought, oh, it's always good to be able to use up some of the scrapbook paper that I've got hanging around. I've got quite a lot of it from years ago. So I hope you're all well. Yeah, we're doing okay. We're still fighting off a cold bit, but it's fine. Just the occasional cough, but nothing much. Mostly at night anyway. So if I can just get that on, more or less in the right place, I think. Yeah, that's gone okay. So I keep seeing flashes of white on my hands. I've been whitening my trainers this morning. Well, I've only got one of them done so far. I need to go and do the other one. But I wanted to come in while the sun's quite bright. We're having quite a bright cold day today. So I thought while it's still quite bright and it's early afternoon, there's still plenty of light, I thought it'd be good to come in and get this video done. And then I pulled out, this is one of these pieces from the Tracy Fox set. And they were like, she'd done them like the strips, like the Tim Holtz strips, but quite narrow. And I really like this one on here. So I have cut a tiny divot so it just fits over the thumb notch there, and I think that just looks really pretty there. So I thought that would look quite nice just finishing that off. So I'm going to pop that on there, and then that little side tuck pocket is ready to be stuffed. So that's that one. I didn't do a lot of built-in pockets on this one. I knew I wouldn't have time to spend decorating them. So I've only got this one and the one the other side. Let's just get that over that pocket there, over that divot, and that's gone on there. I just picked it up out of the tray and I thought, oh, I think that looks nice on there. So that's that one. And then the other side of that we have, where is it? I can find it now. A bit further along. So I had printed this. This is one of the journal papers. I printed it smaller so I could do this, to tuck it into one of the papers and make a fold out pocket. Just thought that was really pretty. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to glue that on first, I think. Yes, I think I will. So I think the first thing I need to do is do my thumb notch at the top before I... should I glue it first? And then put it where it needs to be, more or less. well, I want it over the moon anyway. It'd look weird if it was off centre, wouldn't it? So I think I'll just do that anyway. Just to show that that's a pocket. And then I will glue it where shall I glue? Glue along this edge. And along the top a bit. And the bottom. Well, it's got to go right along the bottom, hasn't it? Otherwise things will be falling out the bottom of the... So I need to just put that on there. And I think I can... Yes, I'll glue this along there. Glue that there. And glue along the bottom of this side and up the side and yeah, like that. So does it need to go across the top here? I don't think so. As long as it's glued there and at the bottom, and then I've got a bit of room to get something in there. I might put something along that edge just to seal it a bit more and make it, and do a bit of a more decoration on that edge. Shall I see if I've got anything that I could just glue along there to finish it off? I've got a few things in my little pouch. I've got this, it's probably too wide. It's like a ruffle. It's too big. I could just put a piece of this ric-rac on to give it a decorative edge, and would help to seal down the pocket, wouldn't it? As long as I can get this to glue down, I think that would possibly work. Yeah, I think perhaps I'll do that. Let's not faff about too much. I need to get on, get this finished. Okay, so I'm just going to put plenty of glue on my ric-rac. So I'm filming this on Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day everybody, although you won't see this until later this week. So we're kind of a week away from the holiday now. So I don't know if I mentioned we're actually flying to Barbados, and then from there we pick up our cruise ship, and then we're visiting a whole collection of islands, so different island every day. I think we're going to Guadeloupe, Antigua, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Tortola, and where else are we? I'm trying to think of all the places. There's others that I can't remember. There's just a whole load of them. St. Martin's. We're going to Guadeloupe twice because we're not really staying very long the first time, so we go back to it and spend a whole day there. Right, I'm going to... I don't think my corner rounder will work very well, so I'm just going to cut this corner off this side and this side so it doesn't sort of catch. But I think I would like to round my corner of this. Hoping it will work. Yep. Not terribly. That wasn't quite right. Better. Okay. And then when you open it up, oh, the gluing escaped. You open it up there, and originally I had folded it, made it a bigger fold to start with, and then this didn't fit. So I've got a little bit of a crease there. It's not too bad, but I thought actually it might be quite nice to have maybe a side pocket along here. And I've still got some of this Tim Holtz wallpaper, and it is quite thick. So I thought perhaps I could cut a pocket and pop that there. I rather like this paper with the leaping deer. I made it too big. Got to check I haven't got the pocket that I made with this too close, too nearby. So now I have got one in here somewhere. Okay, not there. No, it's not too close. It's here somewhere, but as long as they're not on top of each other, that's okay. I don't know if it's on this side. No, it's not there, so that's fine. So I'm going to put that there, and let's do a thumb notch at the side. And glue that on. And then that reinforces that bit where it got a bit bent, where I bent it in the wrong place. Made my fold too wide, and then I couldn't fit on my pocket. Okay, let's put this right there. Nice and easy. It was the perfect size, perfect height. That'd be good. So then you open that, you can have a side tuck in here, or a side tuck. I'll have a journal card or a tag in there, and we'll have something else tucked in here. It's really good. Pull that in, close that up. Right, so now I have added this blue Sari silk. You probably noticed that. Since last week, it's a little bit narrow, but it's okay, and it was the right colour, so I was happy with that. Put that out of the way. Right, let's have a look at all the pieces that I have to go into this journal still. Got a whole load of things still to be put in, and options to make more. Let's put that up there. And I've got my few little clusters, so I might pop those in somewhere. So I still, oh no, I didn't want to use that, did I? No, put them over there. Okay, so what I have done, these are my clusters. So I had this piece of paper, which was a misprint. This was literally all I had, printed off one of the journal papers. The rest of it was just white. So I thought, well, actually, that looks perfect as a journal as a tag. So I just put it onto some backing paper because it was printed on thickish paper, like 180 GSM. Backed it with some paper, put my Euro punch in slightly crookedly, not entirely straight. I suppose I probably should just give it a little bit of a quick ink around, but yeah, that's pretty much it done. Ready to go in somewhere. It's quite tall, but I've got a few places where it might fit. If necessary, I could probably trim a bit off the bottom, but I prefer not to because I like the icy river going across the bottom. I thought I'd inked this. I have inked it on this side. Right, so I had that one. Then I had a quick look through my made ephemera that I've got loads of, but I never think to look to see what I've got. I had this piece, so I had the right colours. This is a Tracy Fox kit that I was doing a while ago. It's a little tag, so that'll work. Then I had this piece, which was from a Roxy's Weekly Challenge, and I'd used the bit of Edith Holden with February on it. Well, you can see most of February, and it's just a little thing that you can put bits and pieces in there and write on. It folds over like that, so that could just be, I mean, it could be a pocket, but it could just go into a pocket as well. And I had this over the page, or you can tuck it in. What do I call it? Tag. It's like a over the page tag. So it's on both sides, and you put it in, and it pops up, and you can write on it. And then you turn it over, and pop this one up. I've made this years ago, and you can write on there. Goodness me, I don't know when I made this, but it's perfect for this journal. So I'm going to try and pop that in somewhere. I've got this really quite plain piece using some ephemera. This is by another Roxy's Weekly Challenge piece, but it's very neutral and plenty of writing space. You can put a little tag in here, and again it could be embellished up to go in, so it may or may not work. Similarly with this one, large journal card, I thought this could work as well, and it is all finished as a journal card. So that's that one. So I've got a few extras there which I might need, but they're not so wintry, a couple of them, that I can't just use them for something else. So let's start working through the journal and putting things in the pockets. So we have this one here. I don't think I did this on camera. I just covered all this background with the rest of my die cut snowflakes. I've got none left now, so I'm hoping I don't need some more for if I need to do any more embellishing, but I just felt it needed something here to make it look a bit more wintry, and I like that. So I need a large journal card. Would she go in here? Don't know if she fits. She might be alright in there. Especially with the big snowflake, it kind of picks up the snowflakes in the behind. I know it's very bright, but it's okay. It works for me. And then we've got a postcard pocket here. So I wonder about this one. Or maybe one of these wide. No, I don't want one that's from the kit because it's matching. I'll have to do something about this top. I've also got this piece. How would that go in there? That would look rather nice. I like that in there. So we have our tall side tuck. Would that go in there? Wondering if that would go in better to that side tuck, because it hasn't got anything. How would that look on there? Then you've got the stars sticking out. Yeah, I'm not sure about the colours though. What about this one? Actually, I think I like that better. I think the colours go better. So we can put that one back where I had it for now, unless I change my mind again. Quite like it in there. Okay, so we have that one in there. What have we got? We've got this side tuck here. I've got a lot of side tucks. I don't know if I've got enough things to go in them. What about this piece? That fit. It would fit. That will go in there nicely. Jolly good. We have this pocket here. See if I can put one of the kit cards. Would that one go in? Or would this one be better? I think I like that one. I think I like that one better. Just wondering what's the best thing to do about this massive hole at the top here. I think I could probably cut the hole with my little punch. Even that wouldn't be big enough, I don't think. Or I could just cover it up with some fabric. Let's see, what have I got? I've got this piece of strange fabric, but it looks a bit like a bit of forest. I don't think I like it with that. Got any? I just threw a load of bits of fabric in here that I thought might go, just because of the colours. Not at all sure. No. Could try a piece of that, maybe. Quite a big piece to cover the hole, but I think I could just about manage to get away with that. So I think I will use the glue stick and then use the stapler. Hopefully I've made it long enough. And turn that over. Doesn't need to come down as far on the back because I'm not covering up the hole on the back. I think I'll go for the bigger stapler actually because I don't think the tiny. I'm not sure the tiny attacher will quite do the job. And then we've just got a tab top on there and covering up that big hole. I don't know why there's such a big white circle there, but covered it up. And if I come across any little thing in my, just having a quick look in the tray, if I've got any little thing I could cover that up with. Could use a bit of that. Oh, I could have a piece of that. No, that's too big. Oh, I know. What about, where have I put them? I've got some snowflakes somewhere, not the die-cut ones. I've got some little plastic ones. One of these might just, yeah, just makes it look a bit more finished, doesn't it? Yeah, one of those little, and then you're picking up the snowflakes on the pocket then. put it on the right way, it'll cover up that staple. Okay, I think I need to pop something on there. What do I do with it? Yeah, I've got my book weight. It might just hold that down for a moment while I look at what's next. So I've got another pocket here. To get rid of all these bits of fabric, most of which I probably won't be able to use. Okay, what can we put in there? So, what have I? I've got buried now. I could put one of these postcards from the kit in here. Is that going to be too blendy now? They do need backing, I think. Yes, I think they do. But I wasn't sure if I'd want to use them, so see if there's anything else that would work. They do disappear a bit, don't they, on there? What have I got over this side? Not a lot that's big enough, really. I think this might be somewhere where I'm going to need to make something from my masterboard. So I will just, let me grab a scrap of book page and I'll just mark the page where I've got to come back and make something. Okay. Well, that's an around the page pockets. It's got a tuck here. So I wonder, so these will show up better when there's more of a neutral background, and this one would be quite good in there, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'll just give it a bit of an ink ground. I've got this one, I've got the double one. I think this one will be fine. And this one is backed. Don't know why I didn't back the postcardy journal cards, but then I guess wasn't sure I'd need them. Didn't see any point in backing them until I know. So I could pop that in there. Do I want a little something on the top? Possibly. I do have some bits of sari silk, and I've got this ribbon. No. Got some of the blue sari silk left over. That might be quite nice colour on there. Gosh, it does fray. It does fray like mad. And if I can just double that up like that, the colour goes quite well. If I can get all these bits off. It's stuck to me. Can't get it off my hand. I'm going to try using my tiny attacher without gluing, which is always a bit risky. I got it roughly. So got our little topper on there. I'll leave that as it is. Okay, that's in there. So let's see what's next. Ooh, what's going on here? A little bit of, I don't know, got a bit stuck. So we've got a side to us, like a corner pocket here, or yeah. I don't know that would work. Might do, actually. That one, I think that one's better than this one. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that one so much. Where's that little... I quite like... Maybe that one would be quite nice in here. Yeah, I want to put that one in there. And we've got this postcard pocket. Put that in there. And possibly where's the other one? Maybe this one as well would be good, because we've got, it's quite a big pocket. I'm going to try my little punch to see if I can make the right sort of hole in there. How big will that cover it? Ooh, it won't reach. Will it reach from the side? Oh yes, look, it's the perfect size. Yes. Oh yeah, it's a massive hole, but I could put something through it. Maybe I'll just tie this ribbon. I'll do it on the other side. Let's see what we can do. Maybe I'll do a bow at the top there. Yeah, that looks a bit weird, doesn't it? I think I need to tie it the other way. So just trim that down a bit. Pull that down, pull that down. There we are. And trim it there and there. I think we need to do a bit of inking around it. Just going to trim off those little odd bits sticking up on there. Probably make it worse. And then we'll just ink this side as well. This really pretty backing paper from the TaylorMade Journals Winter Magic Kit. It goes so well with this kit too. So, oh, I didn't even realise I've got the same ribbon on this side, on this tag. Well, that don't really like the idea of that. Maybe I can swap it for this one. Don't want the same ribbon on both, do we? Hadn't even noticed. Okay, we have that like that. And we'll see how we're doing. We have our belly band. I do have a big tag for that. Got this one, which I'm going to pop behind here. So that's already perfect to go in there. We are doing quite well. I've only got one spot at the moment that needs something making. And we have this pocket here. What have I got over here? Well, we could use the other. I will back these, but I'll do them off camera because, you know, it's not very exciting to watch, is it? Just having backing paper put on, so I think those would work well in there. Good, good, good. Now I need something in here, don't I? In this pocket and in this side tuck. Right. Have I got any tall tags left? No, I don't think I do. So I will have to make something for both of these places. I don't know how much I'm going to get done today. I may squeeze in one more video. It's a bit dubious. I've got a pocket here and I can have some little thing in here which might actually work quite well. I've got this piece here, but I do need to put something in. I think that's it might be a bit tight, so I do have my little double journal card from the kit, which I don't know where it's gone. Oh, it's buried under here. So I've got this piece, which is a double journal card. That could possibly go in there. Yeah, that's going in there. And then we have, this piece was just waiting for this to dry, but that's already going to go in there. But I do have room to put something in the side. Just wondering what I could put in here. That's not going to... Did I... This somewhere, didn't I? Did that one look any better? No, I don't think it makes any difference, really. So, I've got a pocket here. That would go here. I think that would look quite nice there. So that needs backing and the other one needs backing, but it's just a case of putting on some paper. I'm not going to do any extra embellishing on those. I've got to get it, keep it simple on this. I'm thinking about maybe putting something on here on this piece here. Could put that there and make that a tuck. We could make something to tuck in there, or I could even try and tuck this in. I don't know, it's a little bit bulky, and I would need to put some things inside it, and I have got some things in my tray that would pop in, I think. Take all these bits out, because there are some little tags. There's all sorts of little pieces that I could pop into that. I could pop into these pockets, little things, some nice little cute things. I've got some, I think there are some tags with the Tracy Fox kit, so I've got a couple of those. That's a nice tag. Does it look too Christmassy? Maybe a bit. Got this one. Oh, look at him. Lynx. So they could go in there. So let's do that. Let's just ink them up a little bit. I would like to see if I've got any little things that I could put on these pockets just to bring in the winter vibe. I don't know if I can. How about the little hedgehog? He's a bit big. A bit too big. Might have to cut him down if I don't find anything else. Have a quick look. A lot of things have got Merry Christmas on. I don't want Merry Christmas. Ooh, how wide is the badger? I need a little bit of paper to back in. A bit of this. Okay, let's move this all out of the way. I want to get this in somewhere as well. Come on. Not too wide. So I'll cover the whole thing. Just provide a little background for Mr. Badger. Yep, that just brings in the wintry feel, doesn't it? Where's he gone? There he is. Okay, and I'll have the same, another piece of that paper, I think, on the other side. They're the same size. Okay. It's all a bit, bit rough. A bit rough already. Too wide. Okay. Just glue that on and see if I can find a little image to add to that, just to finish off this piece, and then we can pop it in somewhere. It may go into this corner tuck or it may not. Made that's a little bit wider than it should be, but it's too late now. No. Want something very small, don't I? There's those small people. Is he going to fit? No, he's too big. I don't think. I mean, it fits beautifully, but we don't really see penguins in the forest, do we? And it is a forest journal, so winter forest really. So it's not going to work. think I might just cut down my little hedgehog because he's the only way he's going to fit. Yep, he'll go on there. Okay. Not cut straight, never mind. So we've got that. That's closed like that. I'm going to put this in here on here as a tuck. Take it right to the top, and then along the bottom. How far along the bottom do I want it to go? No, I don't want it along the bottom at all, do I? I want it along the top. It's going to be tucked up from the bottom. Doesn't want glue down there. No, no, no. Want glue across the top. And there. Only as far as there. Okay, across the top there. Down the side there. Oh. And we could have a look, see if this little piece would slip in there or not. I'm not sure it will. It might be too fat. And obviously I've got to be a bit careful because I haven't, the glue's not completely dry yet. Well, I think it might be okay. Just got to let this dry. Okay, I'm just going to pop that there and see. This was the other spot it could have gone in. Now that it's finished, let's see. Maybe that would be better. Maybe that's a stronger pocket to hold it. And then maybe this could go in here, kind of like that. There we are, then you can see it. Okie dokie. So now all we have is we've got to find something to go in here. When I say find something, I think we need to make something. And I've got a couple of clusters to find homes for. Some of this is going to have to happen off camera because the only video I'm going to have a chance to make now after today will be a flip through of this journal. So I will show you the masterboard, but I don't know if I'll get a chance to do much with it. It's a bit on the large side. I'm sure I've got far more than I need, but I didn't know what I would need. But this is the masterboard, so I've just used some of my larger book pages from my old encyclopedias. So I've got 3 pages. So I've got that. I mean, I love it just as it is, to be honest. I like making them, and I always love how they look when they're finished. I don't know, I just love making something like that. And then it's all backed already with some neutral papers. So let's see what we can do, what we need. So I think we need something a reasonable size as we're going to make it specially. So I'm thinking need it by about 4 inches by, should we do a 4 by 7? 4 by 6.5. 4 by 6.5, I think. Let's see if it will go in my trimmer. I'll cut this, and then that might be it. And then I shall finish working on this off camera. You can see it's almost done. It's only got a few last things to be put in. So I could either use this end, or it's not going to fit. That's a shame. That's the problem with using large book pages. It doesn't go in my trimmer. But I'm thinking I might use this piece, because that would be quite a good piece, and then we could put something in the middle to embellish it. Let's see what we can do. So I wanted it 4 inches wide. About 4 inches. Where's my 4? There it is. Right. That's about there. I always, with a big piece, with this trimmer, I tend to start in the middle, because otherwise it can chew up my papers, especially if the paper's a bit on the thin side. Always a good idea to start in the middle and go out both sides. That's something I saw somebody said on YouTube. I can't remember who. Might have been Gail, but I think she'd been told to do that by somebody else. So I was going to do 6.5. Maybe I'll make it 6 3/4 and see how that comes out. How big that is. And if it's too big, I can cut it down a bit more. Little piece. I'm going to have loads left over, I can tell. But it's a starting point for another winter journal. Maybe I'll do one a bit differently next year, if I get a chance to do one at all. I should have a bit more time than I've had this time, or shouldn't I? Just going to trim that a bit on that side. Let's see how that fits. Well, that's a good size, isn't it? That's perfect. All right. Okay. I will round the corners. I think there might be a bit of gluing here and there that might be needed. That needs inking. Let's ink. Right. She's been sitting here looking at me. I wonder if she'd go on here quite nicely. But she needs something behind her, doesn't she? Oh, there's her. No, actually, I think she's better. She might not be the one, I don't know. Right, so I have settled on this couple because they're so cheerful and smiley, and they're not really dressed for the cold, but they're kind of wintry. I like them anyway. And they were in the Tracy Fox cluster kit, the Advent Cluster Kit that I've mentioned many times and will be linked. And I just pulled out a few pieces to go with it. So I've got this piece of scrapbook paper I had with the snowflakes on, and I wanted the contrast of colour just to pop behind them. Just wondering, is that a bit too big? I think that's okay. So pop that behind there. And I just wanted something extra, something a bit more decorative, so I'm going to have this little bit of doily just behind them there. And then we'll see, I've got a little label that I might just add as well. So let's just put these pieces on. And put my doily on first. Piece. Don't know how straight that is, but never mind. And then I was looking through the frost words from Amy at Crafty Cat, and I came across "Baby, it's cold outside," and I thought, well, maybe that's what he's saying to her. Baby, it's cold outside. We haven't dressed appropriately, really. So I'm just wondering where to put that. Kind of like it, I think, about there. There. Or there. I could put it up there. Put it up over there. Okay. I think that will do nicely. There, are we coming up? Oh, that bit's coming up a little bit, isn't it? A little tiny bit there. Okay. Pin. Let's pop that in our pocket. And where was it? It was... No. Didn't leave my mark in, did I? My little piece of paper. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. So I'm going to put that in here. Yes, I do like that. I think that works very well. I'm happy with that. So really all I need to do now is make a card to go in here, in this pocket, and another one to go in this side tuck. And that will be the journal done. I may also try and get these couple of little clusters in somewhere. I don't know yet. I'll do my best and put this on as well. Not quite sure how that will fit. I might just pop over. Anyway, so I do those things off camera because I haven't got time today to finish this off, but it's nearly there. And then I'll come back and do a flip through. I'll film that before I go away. And then this journal is done. So I will hopefully see you. I've got a couple more videos I need to make this week, and then that'll be it for a few weeks. But probably be about 3 weeks before I can get back in and make any more videos. So just be aware. But there will be a couple. I think the 2 videos I've still got to make will appear the first week I'm away, so it kind of won't feel like as long, I guess. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you like this journal, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.